Since 2008, Job Services Australia's providers have placed over 1.25 million out-of-work Australians into jobs. It's a remarkable achievement, but could it be even better? In the beginning, employment services were relatively simple. Even when services were first contracted out and rebranded as the Job Network, there were few rules, there was very little prescription, and services weren't weighed down with unnecessary process and compliance, because the department worked in partnership with providers and trusted them. But some providers stretched the limits of the government's trust, and before long, the government responded with more rules for everyone in the system. Over time, the rules multiplied, and so did the complexity. The government introduced the active participation model, an approach of hassling the bludgers till they work that wasn't right for disadvantaged job seekers. This dreaded continuum turned the employment services system into a cold, prescriptive process, with more guidelines and more interventionist IT systems to nano-manage it all, giving providers little say over what they do. And before long, the system was so complicated that even the government's own review said there was a tendency toward hyper-specification of administrative requirements. Now, it's so complex that employment service providers spend less time with employers and job seekers and instead get bogged down with paperwork, interpreting contracts and guidelines, and worrying about IT systems and evidentiary requirements. We have one of the strongest economies in the world, with relatively low unemployment. But our economy is shifting with the rise of Asia, an ageing population, climate change, and new technologies. In the future, there will be good opportunities for the highly skilled and highly educated. But what will it mean for people at the back of the queue? What will happen to those with no recent experience of working, poor literacy and numeracy, health issues, or disability? Already, the number of long-term unemployed in Australia is going up, with a 75% increase from 2008 to 2013. Something needs to be done before this whole system collapses. So what's the solution? We need to put the clients at the centre of the system and give them a real say over their services. We need to cut red tape by building a better governance structure where regulatory functions are separate from funding decisions. We need healthy competition to drive up quality of services, not government regulation. We need a diverse provider market offering diverse services for the different types of job seekers that are out there. We need the system to reward the right outcomes with appropriate checks and balances. Otherwise, the system is doomed to fail. It's time for a grand redesign.